What do I think what? It's your job to begin to speak so that I may start recording when you suspect at least. That almost kind of rhymed. It didn't. It was a slant rhyme. But,
Not doing it.
Shut it. Hey, guys. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. A podcast unlike any other podcast. I am stretching for time because I feel like I always let the music play for so long. And while the music is bussin' and bangin', I'm more bussin' and I'm more bangin', so I'm going to talk over it the entire time. No, I'm done now. That's LaCroix, my babies. Gotta get these fizzy bubbies in my tum-tum.
Hey, what's your name?
Golly, can I get some liquid refreshment on tap, ready to go prior to being harangued into my introduction? Hi, guys, I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo, and I'm thirsty.
And I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half of the podcasting duo. Welcome, guys. Come on in here. Have a seat. Join us for episode 13.
Some Mr. Rogers business right there. Listen, hey, no, guys, this is actually episode 14 because like hotels, we just skip over 13 because we don't want to be unlucky, my babies. But come on, like, you know what floor you're on. If you're you know what floor you're on. You're just being lied to by Marriott.
Okay, listen.
Sponsor us, Marriott.
Sponsor us, Marriott. We'd like a free trip. I'm going to say...
We don't need to be sponsored by Marriott. You know why? Because Jeffrey Engle is big ball and shot calling 20-inch blades on the Impala.
He's got a lot of points.
Listen.
We travel on points exclusively.
Listen, he's a businessman with a business plan. He travels around the world, just wheeling, dealing.
Staying in hotels.
Wheeling, dealing, bringing home the bacon, a.k.a. squealing. You know what I'm saying, my babies? Because pigs squeal and pigs are bacon. No? Okay, cool.
Okay. So listen, I think we need to refrain from maybe using real big company names.
I'm not afraid.
Because I think that we are treading in some dangerous waters.
I do. I forgot about that. Dear friend Matt Whitwer.
Don't say the name of the company.
Clued us into some... corporate espionage that's going on. Guys, you'll have to go back and listen. I'm not going to say it because we're already in the crosshairs of big corporations.
This is an Aaron Brockovich situation, is what I'm saying. We have picked on the wrong...
Julia Roberts, here we are, back to the thing, right? Listen, hey, here's the thing, guys. You're going to have to go back and listen to which company it is because we're not going to be saying it again, but we single-handedly tanked a company's stock.
We really did.
Tanked them good.
In our last episode.
It's not Orbit Sweet Mint. Sponsor us, Orbit Sweet Mint.
Sponsor us, Orbit.
Speaking of which, we've got some big news there, but we'll visit that later in the pod episode 14, aka episode 13.
You guys don't even know what's coming. Hey guys, it's Labor Day weekend, and here's what I propose. We all write the government, and we say... We would like 3-day weekends every week, please.
Listen,
At least 3-day.
You and I disagree on most everything. But this right, I'm for it.
It's delightful, right? Lindsay said this last night, and I know that all of you teachers out there will resonate with this. And as a former teacher myself, Sunday nights, you know what you get? The Sunday scaries.
Sunday scaries.
A lot of people, not just teachers, get that.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a very exclusionary comment.
But when you're about to face 145 seventh graders at 7:30 a.m. You tell me that's not scary.
Just a gym full of stink.
It really is. Speaking of, Harrison has PE first hour.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not okay.
And listen, here's the thing. Harrison's a fresh-smelling kid, so he's going to be okay. But there's going to be some stinky doodahs in there that are walking into algebra. Do they take algebra at this age? Okay, well,
pre and algebra.
There's going to be some real
Stank.
Gross head.
Really
just pigpen steamy head.
It really is.
One time that Lindsay won Teacher of the Year.
Oh, she did. We were so proud.
She did.
Walking out on that gym floor with her.
But when we walked out into that gym, It was like being hit in the face with a tennis racket of BO.
It was.
And it like, I walked in.
Taco Tuesday.
I was like, totally, it was picante in that gymnasium. We walked in and all the kids are jumping up and down and partying and they're excited to be celebrating the teacher of the year. Frankly, I just think they're excited to be out of class. But
Miss Birdwell's awesome.
dude, she won it. We're excited. And we walk out and it's supposed to be this grand reveal like, and your family's here. And I'm looking around at you guys like, do you smell?
Are you guys okay?
And all of the teachers in there, nose blind.
Yeah.
Nose blind to the situation.
You have to be.
They live in that.
They want COVID nose.
Dude, prepubescent stew, they're just soaking in it.
Yeah.
And it's grody toads.
When I taught 7th grade, I lamented every day that my room did not have windows that opened after recess.
Because you're trapped in there with a steam heat.
And you're expected to teach?
You're expected to educate?
Impossible.
I can't breathe.
Speaking of that, it's hot outside.
It's so hot. And for guys, for my mental health, I need it to get cool. Like, I'm not kidding. I've never felt ever before in my life like I am slowly drifting into the abyss. And
Wow.
Dude, listen,
So dramatic.
it's still jorts weather, so I wear jorts, but yesterday...
It's George weather till the first week of November here.
Yeah, I mean, well, white after Labor Day, jorts after, whatever. So listen, guys.
The old adage.
Yeah, well, as it goes. Guys, yesterday I wore a flannel that was far too hot for the weather.
You looked great, though.
I did. I really did. I look good in a flannel. And right now, guys, I'm very beardy. So I was a lumberjack of a man, just chopping and hacking and slashing away at those
Jamming
drums.
for the lamb.
Jamming for the lamb. Tub thumping, baby. Gluten-free communion. Toot, toot, beat, beat. But listen, hold on. I wore the flannel in protest of the weather. While we're on the phone with the government, getting them to extend the weekend, could we get them to drop the temp?
Let's try. It's worth a
few
shot.
degrees, just a few degrees. Come on, guys.
So it's hot. And so yesterday we did something special. Our family, Crindy and Harry, Brandon and Rimsey, Benny, Jeff and I and the kids, and the kids got together and celebrated our September babies. Jeff and Benny.
Yeah, felicidades.
Right?
Babies.
And so tell people, the kids went swimming because it's still so hot here.
Yeah.
Tell them about the food.
I wore a flannel in the pool, guys, just to protest. I'm out there just Paul Bunyan back floating in the pool. Just no, I will not.
I won't
succumb to the heat. I will not drift into insanity.
No. And the way I'm going to do it is to wear a flannel in the pool.
Flannel, and I'm going to back float in a pool of pumpkin spice lattes. Yes. I'm going to put on my Ugg boots. And
that might be the title.
And I'm going to go out with my friend Ashley, and Madison. All the Ashleys are spelled differently. There's A-S-H-L-I, A-S-H-L-E-I-G-H, A-S-H-L-E-E. We're not going to do a Y. You know why? Because, babies, we are basic.
We're so basic.
But yeah, so back to your story.
No, I was just going to ask you to tell the listeners about the food.
Well.
Yeah.
My babies. Okay, can I say something? And this is just, I'm going to air a grievance about it.
Okay.
Do you want to know something Crindy said to me yesterday?
Is this going to hurt her feelings?
Most likely.
Oh.
No,
well, I'm going to leave that up to you.
Who was in charge of the charcuterie yesterday?
Me.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Oh, no. Did it disappoint?
No. I think that Crindy is to blame for this because Crindy says to me, she says, I think there's going to be a lot of charcuterie. I think it's going to be a big charcuterie today. I was like, okay. Because if there's one thing you know about me, my baby's a meat and a cheese snack.
Get out of here.
It's for me. I will literally fill my face with salted cured meats and cheeses. So you show up.
Yeah.
And you have a very good selection of items. You've got a baked brie. You've got some delicious
listen,
treats.
I'm not in charge of the baked brie. The baked brie station was Crindy. Well, Crindy.
Okay. But I feel like, for me, the sheer volume of charcuterie was not enough.
I went home with leftovers of charcuterie.
I know, because out of protest, I didn't eat the charcuterie. I sat in my flannel sweating, saying, if there was more, I would eat more, but there's not.
Listeners, I need you to know I brought 3 types of cured meats. Only one type was consumed.
I ate all of it.
I know.
I ate.
So shut your face.
I have had the meat sweats ever since.
In my flannel.
Listen, the meat sweats are a real thing, and I think I'm more
susceptible.
Yeah,
because you eat more meat than the average person.
You know what? I think we solved it. It's more of a causation correlation type scenario.
Totally.
You know what? I was really going to sit here and make a whole case about how DNA predisposition to the meat sweats was a thing, but no, you just said no. You're constantly stuffing meat into your gross maw, meat maw daddy. Oh. That's what they call me in high school.
Okay, anyways. I brought I'm not going to let this go. I took home 3 half, wedges of churst and 2 rows of cured meats. Also, I made a cowboy caviar.
Ooh, hey, can I say something?
It was great.
I feel like the cowboy caviar, the cave caviar was. No, it was delicious. That was great. And
I took half a bowl of that home, so I don't want to hear this.
Anyways, here's the thing
about the quantity of charcuterie.
Just listen.
I'm not standing for it.
Next time, bring more meat. For me. No, stop. You didn't even there were nary a pickled item, not a deviled egg.
The cowboy caviar is soaking in vinegar.
Well,
I don't no.
Listen, it was great. Thank you for the charcuterie.
Yeah. I was going to brag on your low country situation, and I'm not now.
You don't have to, because I'm about to. Listen, guys, here's the thing. I'm just kidding. The charcuterie was great.
It was.
It was great. It was awesome. It was
grief.
Wonderful. It's just, listen, guys. She just should have brought more. It's just the thing. I'm looking her dead in the face, and she should have brought more. Guys, listen. I made a seafood boil in the lobster pot. Mm-hmm. Just some Cajun Creole seasoning, my baby. Some andouille sausage, shrimp, corn. Hey, I'm gonna burp.
Oh,
sorry.
He's drinking that LaCroix.
I won't edit it.
We know.
Guys, listen, that burp.
Stop.
Seafood boil.
Oh my gosh, guys, I am sorry.
Guys,
that's not okay to say.
I don't apologize for anything. That's the fart maker that Miss D gave us. That's our second. That's our second sound effect that she's gifted us.
I'm so sorry. I haven't heard that one yet, actually.
I heard it today for the first time. I can't work it. It's childproof, apparently.
It's childproof.
But guys, yes, it was wonderful. We celebrated Benjamin, my son, on his birthday.
And Jeffy. Don't you forget about Jeffy.
Do you hear that buzzing?
What is that?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Is it a fly?
I don't know. I'm going to pretend like we didn't just press pause and I didn't run around the room sweating in my sweatpants.
He put his flannel back on, guys.
Guys, if for a brief moment there you heard some electric interfere, like a little buzz.
It was like an electric bee.
It's because I'm electrifying. Okay. I got too close to the mic, baby. And I just buzzing. I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson in this business.
Okay, so tell them more about the seafood.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I've lost all momentum due to these technical difficulties. And here's the thing. Can I tell you something that is really frustrating about a thing like that? Is I'm here, okay? I'm doling out the funny ha-has. Mm-hmm. You're bumming everyone out, but you're a perfect foil for how hilarious I am. And you're like on-air talent. And we've got and I have to stand up and fix the issues while we've got a perfectly good producer over there clipping his fingernails right now.
He's eating the leftover seafood boil right now. We brought.
I thought you were about to say he's eating his fingernail clippings. I was going to be like, man, listen, hey, I'm all for. Listen, producer, listen to me. I'm all for running you down and making fun of you, but I will not say that you're eating your fingernail clippings because
that's too far.
Gross. Anyways, but okay, so we're back.
He's liking those scrimps.
Okay, I'm going to tie a bow on this seafood thing.
Yeah, do it.
It was delicious, and I was pleased because anytime you make food in mass quantities for people, it's always like, oh no, this might be bad, this might be whatever. But it turned out okay. It was pretty good.
It was delicious. We put the paper out on the counter and just dumped it out. And Asher actually, several years ago, we've been doing this for a few years now, and Asher calls it the pot dump, which I hesitate to share that on the podcast because you guys know where Brandon can take things. That's why I'm going to go quick to the next thing. But we had a wonderful pot dump yesterday.
He was sad he missed the pot dump.
He came in from swimming. No. He ran in from swimming and he goes, "You did it without me."
You know what? I almost just scooped it all right back in the pot and dumped it again for him. I didn't.
Because you know why? It wasn't his birthday.
It wasn't his birthday.
If Jeff had asked.
Even if Jeff would have asked, to the ends of the earth for that man. Ends of the
Same.
earth. Because you know what? No matter where I go, you know what? I know I'm going to have a Marriott to stay in. Because Jeff's got me covered.
Don't say Marriott.
He's taking me to the finest Marriott in all of Guam.
Yeah,
The Guam Marriott Resort.
that's right.
Where all the Howleys get together and howl at the moon, party hardy, drink Pepsi Colas.
Yeah.
Are they owned by the same company, Marriott and Pepsi?
Sounds right.
They're affiliated somehow.
Stop.
I'm sorry for bundling. Oh, their stock is gonna tank this week.
That's our conspiracy. Hi,
Ladies and
Mindy
gentlemen.
in Guam.
Hi,
We
Mindy.
love that you've given us Guam to talk about.
Guam is the topic
Mm-hmm.
we always needed but never knew that we needed.
And I can't wait to visit someday.
Welcome back to Guam Talk,
Yeah.
where we talk all things Guam.
Yeah.
Chewing Guam.
Chewing Guam. So the other thing that we did this weekend on Saturday is we went to Robbers Cave
I didn't.
near Eufaula, Oklahoma. No, you didn't.
You said we, like, listen.
My family.
Don't talk about
My nuclear.
don't talk about stuff that doesn't involve me on my podcast.
I
Yeah.
want people to know how great Robbers Cave is.
Okay. Talk about Robbers Cave.
It's beautiful.
I'll just
No, I'm
whatever.
just
I'll just
saying,
whatever.
We kind of have set a goal for ourselves to visit. We don't really have a timeline. I would like to think that we could do it in a year, but we can't. Visiting all of the state parks in our great state of Oklahoma. And we love to go for hikes as a family, and Robbers Cave was delightful. We went in the cave.
You went in the cave. Mm-hmm. Cave dwelling.
It's not very big.
Spelunking.
We did. We went spelunking.
You spelunked?
We did. Well, if you can call it that. It's not very big. It's not a deep cave. But you know what the kids found back there? A bunch of frogs.
Spelunking for frogs?
Yeah.
Listen, amphibious spelunking.
A lot of amphibians live in caves. How did we get here?
Okay. Dude. Lamest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth. Maybe. You know, a lot of amphibians live in caves.
Lamest thing I've ever heard come out of
Dude,
your mouth.
can we call the podcast episode "A Lot of Amphibians Live in Caves"?
Sure. People would be so confused.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of our ratings dropping. These two dummies are going to educate me on where amphibians live?
These herpetologists?
These herpetologists are going to teach me something about frogs.
Can I tell you a funny text that Jeff got recently?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten a random text from a stranger?
All the time.
And it makes you laugh so hard.
I like to engage them in conversation when it happens.
I get them, but I think it's like, like the old 1-800. It's like the 2022 version of the 1-800 number.
Sure,
You know what I
sure.
mean? And they're trying to draw you into conversation. One time I said, well, I don't want to get into that. Anyway, Jeff
Cool.
got...
It's a really good story,
Hey,
actually. Listen,
you know
here's the
what?
thing. Here's the thing about that. That was a really good story.
I stopped myself. Here's the text Jeff got.
I had to close my computer because I'm worried that it was causing the feedback. So you're going to have to literally walk us through this agenda because I have nothing.
Not something I'm not used to doing.
You know, a lot of amphibians live in caves.
Right.
Did you know?
I did know.
It's on the agenda.
I found out at Robbers Cave.
Okay.
So Jeff gets this text the other day. Hi, Linda. You give Grace a call. Come to my house for dinner tonight. There are surprises. LOL.
Dude. Okay, first off, that sounds real murdery.
Linda.
There are Dude, I'll tell you what. Linda dodged a bullet when someone transposed the number on that text because I'm pretty sure Linda was about to wind up
Murdered.
dinner.
Killed.
She was about to be ground up. She was about to be in Dexter's kill room, lined with plastique.
But I love, you give Grace a call.
Okay. I mean, who did she sign off and say who it was?
Nope.
So we're very familiar. Like we're just like it's an it's me situation. Like that person, Linda knows who's sending that text.
I know. And Jeff didn't respond, so I wonder if this person was expecting a dinner guest.
They think Linda's dead at this point. Linda, unless Linda is known for ghosting, Linda is a ghost.
She gone.
She gone. Hey,
And
so
we don't
listen,
even know what happened to Grace.
listen, we dedicate episode 13 to Linda, who
R.I.P.
Gone but not forgotten.
No.
Linda, gone but not forgotten. But if you're still out there, Linda, I want you to check in on Grace.
Please.
Every chance you get, you pop in on her. Give Grace a call. You give Grace a call.
Grace a call.
Linda, you give Grace a call.
There are surprises. LOL.
Yeah, the LOL. Listen, here's the thing. That lady is playing all the hits. She's getting you with an LOL.
Is she going to have an extra large charcuterie board at dinner? Is that the surprise?
I don't know what she's going to have, but it's
Lots of pickled items, I'll tell you that.
We're going to be laughing maniacally out loud. That's always my favorite is when people text LOL. I just picture them sitting there laughing out loud as they text me because they're not.
Yes.
Just boo-doo-doo. There's going to be surprises, Linda. And I'll tell you one thing. You better give Grace a call.
It's so funny to me. And I checked the area code, and this person's in San Fran.
And the calls are coming from inside the house.
It's so good. Again, Jeff didn't reply, but I kind of wanted him to. I wanted to know more. What are the surprises?
Dude, listen.
DM us. Tell us what the surprises are.
I don't know. First and foremost, I don't know. We might have to back into getting to who. We don't know who this person is. We might have to ask Grace. I don't know how we're going to find out.
I don't know. It's too late now.
No, it's not. It's not. It's never too late.
I'll pass on her number to you, and you can make that kind of contact.
I am going to become best friends with this person.
We're going to give an update next week on this texting relationship.
You give Linda a call.
LOL.
Oh, God.
So another funny thing that's been happening online. Do you have the Nextdoor app?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. It's because
Probably the same reason that I wish I didn't.
I don't need to know about every loose coyote. I don't need to know. I don't need to know that someone dropped a doo-doo in the neighborhood pool. I don't need to know that some neighborhood.
Actually, you do need to know that.
I don't need to know that neighborhood street toughs have been drawing butts on the fences. I don't need to know this.
This is neighborhood street toughs?
I don't.
The youths?
Dude, the youths are out and about. Just a bunch of long hairs. Just a bunch of skateboarders with their spray paint. Don't put Mason was here on the side of the clubhouse. I don't need to know that your corgi is loose. I don't need to know that someone on Native Dancer Street saw another person not picking up their dog's duties. It's just a place for people to get on and be butt heads
Air
to
their
each
grievances.
other. Golly, it's like the grossest soapbox ever.
It really is, but I do have it. And actually, funny that you should mention your neighbor's corgi. I actually downloaded the Nextdoor app because my dogs had gotten out. And you know what? It got them home. So I do credit it for that. Because I'll tell you what, people will not stand for lost pets.
No.
If you want to mobilize
People
a community.
Will mobilize. Oh my gosh.
Not for human causes.
Dude, it is.
But animals, we'll find them all.
I saw a lady.
Linda and Grace.
I saw a lady in
we'll
my
find 'em
neighborhood
all.
scale a 17-foot fence because someone told her that a 7-year-old tabby was gone.
Not a child named Tabby.
They said, Mr. Tibbs, Mr. Tibbs got out. And I watched a 47-year-old woman run through a fence. And she left the shape of her body just like a cartoon. And
I was trying to laugh silently.
It wasn't even her cat. She screamed, the deafening scream of, "I'm coming, Mr. Tibbs." And then that fence was sawdust in her wake. I watched her.
All because she was mobilized, activated on Nextdoor.
Yeah, she was.
So, but I have to tell you,
Linda's coming, Mr. Tibbs. Give Grace a call. LOL.
So I downloaded it to find my dogs. It helped me find them. A couple times actually, but I've kept it downloaded because of a couple of delightful things.
Are you getting updates? Is it sending you updates?
Every day.
Oh, hate it.
Emails every day. But I'll tell you what, I hang on for two things.
Okay.
I'm not going to say these people's names because we'd have to redact it later.
Oh God, I don't want to do that again.
I know. I know. I'm trying to do better. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Trying to do better.
Oh, ew, the guy.
The Ashley Engle story.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay, so two
And it's just
things.
you on the cover shrugging your shoulders like, no.
It's like the shrug emoji, which I've realized is my most used
God,
used
can I tell you
emoji.
something? I'm real surprised that that text to Jeff didn't have any emojis in it because that lady's going LOL. I would imagine she would have like
Yes.
the little like the tongue out emoji. There'll be surprises. LOL.
Or like the bloody face dead emoji, because you know what's coming,
Dude,
Linda.
that's tipping her hand. She's no.
That's
She's
true.
just lure you in. She doesn't wind up with bodies in the crawl space by tipping her hand too early.
She doesn't. Okay, so two things keep me coming back to Nextdoor. Number one, I will always click on an update from a gent who is so thrilled about. Sit down.
I was checking to make sure that that guitar amp over there wasn't turned on, and that was the thing.
Oh,
It's not. It's
the
not.
electronic bee.
Sorted it out, guys. Okay, say it again.
So there's a gentleman on the Nextdoor app. He doesn't live in my neighborhood, but he lives close.
Close
in
enough
my-
to be included in the group.
In my affiliation.
Yeah, you guys are 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from
There.
each other, sort of thing.
There it
Yes.
is. And he is thrilled because he has a pair of great horned owls.
Oh, and he's
who have
updating you on
nested.
them.
They're named Jack and Carol. You know what he did? He installed a camera by their nest. Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry.
Don't drink a bubbly beverage. We have established this. You know what I have in my car? A LaCroix. Did I bring it in? No, because I knew this would happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
I know. I'm
You're
done
gonna
drinking.
wind up. It's gonna be a hot bubbly. It's gonna be you're gonna have a hot bubbly on your hands.
Okay, so this gent updates us on Jack and Carol, his great horned owls. He posts pictures, still pictures from the camera footage. They had owlets.
Oh,
They
it's all cute till you realize that they're the ones who tore Mr. Tibbs limb from limb. is what
right.
happened.
One time he posted pictures and they were eating another bird,
Who is this
and
weirdo?
the bird's foot was sticking out of the owlet's mouth.
LOL.
There'll be
There'll be
surprises.
surprises. Dude, listen. Can we go get? Do you think he could spot us a few owl pellets that we could dissect?
Dissect 'em.
Yeah, we could learn. We could learn. And we can tell you guys, because in addition to knowing a lot about amphibians and where they dwell, we also know a lot about owls.
We do. We know about.
What is that now?
I don't know. It's bubbles in your drink.
I hate today.
What is that?
That's someone firing up a chainsaw to kill.
You're welcome, listeners.
Bye bye, Grace.
Bye. Wow. Well, great.
Back when
Okay.
we used to play kickball on a competitive team, and everybody had a nickname on the back of their shirt, and Lindsay didn't have one that she wanted
Rimsey.
to use. So I had them put chainsaw on the back of her shirt,
For no reason.
and anytime she would go up for her at bat, which guys, listen, she's very bad at kickball. But every time she
I
would
can't
go up,
imagine
every
that.
time she would go up for an at bat, everybody on the bench would yell chainsaw, and she would go,
That's amazing.
and then she would strike out. Back to your story.
Still worth it, though, because
Great.
that builds team morale.
Wonderful, wonderful lady, great educator,
Difference maker.
terrible kickball player.
I can't imagine that. Hey, so the other reason I come back to Nextdoor really quickly, there's one woman.
I'm about to log onto the Nextdoor app and say that someone's outside just running machinery.
How dare they?
Do they not know that this
Man,
is
Mason.
recording time?
Right? So there's one person. It's a gal. She types in all caps
Oh,
every time.
yeah. It's
And-
like she's yelling at you.
And people have said that. They're like, stop yelling in the comment section. And she's like, I think one time she actually said, she gave some ailment that she has. And she was like, I have arthritis. I can only type in caps or something like that.
That's not how that works.
Well, I don't know. But here's what she always tells
that's
people.
not how that works at all.
I know, right? Anytime there's poor weather, or is it just weather? She's going to type.
There's always weather.
That's what I'm saying. It's a daily thing almost. All caps all the time. Bring in your pets.
Oh, Mr. Tibbs. Bring Mr. Tibbs inside.
And so I will screenshot it without fail and I will send it to a couple of my friends, Heather and Jenny. We now have a text convo called Bring In Your Pets because it gives me so much life. So much life. So guys, what I'm saying is
To bring in your pets.
bring in your pets and don't download Nextdoor, but also download Nextdoor because it's gonna bring you owl updates. You're gonna know when to bring in your pets. And that's every day.
Get ready for Nextdoor to lose all of their subscribers because you just said don't download. Like guys, listen,
Sponsor us, Nextdoor.
We sponsor us Nextdoor. Bring in your pets. But listen, I think that the Nextdoor app is stupid, and I don't think that you should download it. I'm going on record.
Okay. But if you want,
I don't need to know
great
about-
horned owl updates, where else do you get them?
I love that she types in all caps and has a reason. Like, I have arthritis. Do you know what I love to see?
And we're not making fun of arthritis.
I love to
it's
be
real.
I love to. Yup. I love to be at a sporting event or a public function or whatever, and I see a person of somewhat of an advanced age pull out their phone to return a text, and they have it blown up to the largest text size you've ever seen. It's like one
Large point.
one
Large
word
print.
fits on a thing.
Yeah.
And they'll be saying things like, "I'll pick up the milk on the way home."
There will be
But it
surprises.
takes up their. Oh God! Listen, one place you don't want surprises is when milk comes home.
You don't want it.
It's not milk. You're gonna have to find out what it is.
Okay. So do we have an injury of the week? The one that I thought, we haven't done this in a long time. When we first started, our vision was to share, Brandon gets injured a lot.
Our
in
vision
weird
was, yeah.
Okay. Gets injured a lot in weird ways. And we shared several injuries and we were afraid we were going to run out of them and then we'd have to cause new ones.
Yeah, I burned myself on a cast iron pan the other day, but that's not like an injury.
Well, it is, but it's not interesting. So the one that I wrote down was
Your pain's not interesting, Brandon. You are just an absolute waste of space.
So the one I typed on here, I love how you put words in my mouth constantly, is soap dish kneecap.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Soap dish kneecap. You want to fill in the gaps for us?
Yeah, I was getting ready to shower, and I was standing in the tub with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, in full on undress, as one is when one is to make wash on themselves.
Sure.
I was adjusting the shower head because it was a bit of a finicky shower head in the house where I lived in college, and I clumsily hung my foot on the tub and then fell, destroying the soap dish with my knee.
The built-in soap, ceramic.
And the ceramic soap dish then in turn destroyed my knee.
Yeah.
So peeled all the skin back. It was an absolute bloody mess.
Ugh.
But you know what, guys? If you're going to really injure one part of yourself, I think the kneecap's an okay one.
The
'Cause
patella?
It feels like there's not a lot of nerve endings there. Oh. And so it looked really gruesome and gross.
I'm sure.
But it wasn't all that painful. So I casually put on my terry towel cloth robe.
Crindy made towel shorts for everyone in his fraternity.
Yeah, and
Purple.
You know what I used to love to do is get out of a shower and not dry off, just pop on my terry towel shorts and my terry towel robe, and I just would walk. Yeah. And I just sashay around, just getting dried off in luxury. But that terry cloth robe mysteriously disappeared from my life at one point.
After you were married?
And I suspect that Ben's mom
Rimsey
threw it out because it did, admittedly, it was very mildewy and smelled very bad. So I would go shower.
Disintegrated.
I would shower and get all smelling fresh and clean, and then pop on a like a mildewy robe.
Ew.
And just be smelling like an amphibian walking around the house.
A cave-dwelling amphibian.
Smelling like a cave-dwelling amphibian.
Title, perhaps.
But yeah, so just very bloody. I went upstairs, and Rimsey happened to be there at the time, and I said, "Hey, could you give me a ride to the hospital?" Where, if you have listened to our previous episodes, they are very familiar with me.
You have a punch card at this point.
I was one injury away from getting a free submarine sandwich.
From Precious at Subway.
Stillwater Medical Center partners with Subway fast food.
Sponsor us, Subway.
Sponsor us. No, you know what? No, I'm not going to be sponsored by Subway because of that Jared Fogle fella.
Well, that wasn't their fault.
I mean, I guess not. Sponsor us, Subway.
Sponsor us, Subway. Sponsor us, Weed Eater, outside the window.
Golly, seriously, I am downloading the Nextdoor app, and I'm going to complain. I will air my grievances.
Yes.
And I will say, hey, guys of my neighborhood, guys and gals, I would like to enact a period each week where you all shut up so I can record my stupid podcast.
Because
producer,
there are dozens of people out there depending on it.
Producer, will you download the Nextdoor app for me? Mm-hmm. Set me up a screen name. I want you to call me Angry Man 9000. And I want you to call me Mr. Tibbs, and I'm gonna come out here, and Kitty's got claws. Kitty's got claws, and I'm coming at you guys. Get ready.
That's right. Okay, I feel like there's a lot to talk about here, and I do think this is something that our listeners value, because these days, guys, we have so many choices with the streaming services and the music.
Yeah. With the music,
and
with
the
youths and the skateboarders are listening to the music.
Many choices. And so I do feel like we've gotten quite a bit of feedback for us from people who say, hey, what was that documentary you talked about?
Yeah.
What's that show? Also, started watching that show you recommended. It's weird.
We're tastemakers, is
and
what
scary.
You're saying. We're tastemakers.
So I think it's good if we spend some time on this today, because I have some good stuff here.
Oh, good.
So what are you watching, reading, or listening to this week?
We watched the Elvis movie.
The one that Crindy was so emotionally twisted up over.
Yeah, and can I tell you something? She needs to chill out. Because it was fine. It was fine.
Listen.
It was fine.
I've heard it was magical. Do you think your expectations were really high?
I think Crindy really gassed it up a little bit. Now here's the thing: it was very Moulin Rouge-y.
Yeah, Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah, Baz Perfumman.
No.
And speaking of Perfumman, this is what it sounded like I said. There's a guy I don't follow. I will not follow.
Okay.
But I check in on him occasionally on Instagram. His name's Jeremy Fragrance. And what he does is
You realize that by saying his name, he will get more followers.
I want him to get more followers.
Just not you?
Because Jeremy Fragrance
Okay.
He's very skinny. Uh-huh. And he stands in white pants and no shirt, and he dances while holding fragrances.
Oh.
And then he gives you tips and advice on which fragrance you should use.
Oh, like reviews?
Kinda, but Jeremy Fragrance, I cannot get enough of that guy.
It's the best name ever.
It really is. And he talks like this. He'll be like, I'm Jeremy Fragrance, and yes. Oh. It's amazing. So check him out, guys. Listen, okay.
Jeremy.
It was very Moulin Rouge. I went in, I think, expecting more like a biopic, like Ray or Walk the Line. And I think in that way, it didn't deliver for me. But in terms of
spectacle,
it was a spectacle. Okay. So there was that. Now that's what I watched. And now listen.
And what would you say about the lead in that? Austin
Powers.
Austin Fragrance.
Austin Fragrance. Listen, guys, here's the thing. A tour de force turned in by Austin Fragrance as Elvis Parsley. He shook those hips and wiggled that pelvis. I'm telling you, baby, he was the #1 Elvis. He gets 2 pompadours up. He gets 2 sideburns from this guy. I'm going to tell you right now.
2 peanut butter sandwiches.
Austin Fragrance flooded my senses with the smell of
the king.
Peanut butter and bacon sandwiches.
That's what I was trying to think of.
That's
bacon.
what Elvis ate.
Yeah, but what was he fantastic?
I'll tell you what.
Did you feel like he really?
I feel like he was good. He was good. He was the right man for the job.
Okay.
He had a very Baz Perfumman vibe about him. Austin Fragrance was very. He seemed just theatrical enough.
Okay.
And he did a good Elvis. I was pleased with him.
He's lovely to look at.
Listen, I'll say. America's Dad, Tom Hanks, played a real heel in that one. Played a real heel. A real heel. He was a real doo-doo face in that movie, and I've never said that about Sir Thomas Hanks. Yeah. He's an American treasure. So listening to, this is the part of the episode where we reference the fact that I went to a concert in Dallas with my dear friend, Cody Culberson and Michael Trepanier and his wife, Sarah. And they were
guys.
the kindest because they gave us tickets and took us out, showed us a good time. It was a band called Idols. And they were I had never really heard of them before, but Michael Trepanier said, you will like this. And I trust his judgment on all things music. And so we went. We packed it up and we went. And Cody came out. And it was very punk rock and irreverent.
Look at you.
And that's so funny that you say that because Cody and I, after the show, we went out to dinner with Michael Trepanier and his wife. And then we went back to Cody's house and we sat down. And Cody said to me, no, it was the next morning. We went to sleep. And then the next morning we woke up and we were having coffee and Cody looked at me and nodded his head and goes, we went to a punk rock show last night, man.
Just a bunch of dads.
We were like just a couple of dads rocking and rolling at the punk rock show, baby. But no, it was really good. Idols. I've been listening to them since and they're awesome. So big shout out.
Sponsor us, Idols.
Big shout out to the Trepaniers for making that happen. So yeah, there's mines.
Those are good.
The Idols, IDLES.
Okay.
So guys, hop in your Subaru, pop on the new Idols record,
your
drive
Honda
on
Odyssey.
down to your local cinema and check out Austin Fragrance and Oliver's Parsley.
Okay, so I've been watching several things. Jeff and I have watched we're almost done with the second one, the 2-part documentary Untold, The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist, the Manti Te'o.
Oh, what a weird story that is.
Did you watch that?
I watched it happen in real time.
Did you?
I watched it happen when it was happening.
So I remember it, but at that time I had like two.
What are you doing, Manti?
Oh, man.
She's not even real.
You know what, though? This documentary, I feel like this was important for him because, he got really dragged through the mud.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like he was just a very innocent, unsuspecting person. And if you think about this happened in what did they say, 2012-ish? So at that time, I was aware of it. I had like a toddler and was very pregnant or was going to, I don't know, I was in a baby haze. Is what we'll say about it.
There is so much labor happening outside.
There's something else going on.
And it's Labor Day.
It's Labor
Day. I won't stand for it.
What are you guys doing?
Listen, I think that you are siding with Manti Te'o.
I am.
And
I will.
Because you know what? He's the kind of guy who goes, you know what? I will give Grace a call. I will come over, and I don't even care what the surprises are.
LOL.
Listen, the surprises are that your girlfriend's not a real person.
Okay, but this is a real I will say this about this documentary. Whatever you think about Manti Te'o, I think he's a great guy.
He was a very good footy ball boy, but he was terrible with women.
He was played for a fool. And this documentary is riveting.
Do you know who gets played for fools?
Okay. So that's the one thing I'm watching.
Fools.
Catfishing, man.
Listen.
What a twisted up, tossed up,
twisted catfishery. Listen, I'm out here and I'm on the web noodling, listen. Here's the thing about that deal. That's some high level catfishing because she didn't just catfish some sad weirdo. She She just catfished a very high profile.
Innocent.
Well, he's an idiot.
But do you know she
if she was even the person,
right? There was a faked death, a come back to life.
Dude.
It was a very elaborate
catfish
scheme.
Resurrection?
Yeah.
Listen,
it was a whole thing. Dude, watch it, guys.
If you can pull off a catfish resurrection, you're in the Catfishing Hall of Fame.
Guys, it is tragic. I do feel like he comes out smelling like roses. I'm just going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. Watch that. It's riveting. 2 parts.
Okay.
Second thing we've been watching, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. We've started it. There are 2 episodes of this thing out now. They have committed to 5 seasons already. This thing is costing over $1 billion US.
That's too much.
It's very risky, Jeff Bezos.
Oh, Bezos is funding
Should I
this.
say his name?
I think that it's fine.
Sponsor us, babe.
Sponsor us, Jeff Bezos. Hey,
Please.
listen, here's the thing. I'll tell you right now, I'm not scared of Jeff Bezos, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'm a Prime subscriber.
Me too.
Okay, so here's the thing. We say that like everybody's not a Prime subscriber.
Guys, should go out and try Amazon.
Hey, everybody, there's this charming little online bookstore that we happened
It's
upon.
a service.
and there's this thing where you can get what's called Prime.
You can buy anything and get it shipped in 2 days or less.
It's the primest thing. You just put yourself on there and you just buy it now.
Yes.
Buy it now. And listen here, Bezos, let me tell you something about
I love that you're talking to Jeff Bezos on our podcast.
Listen, we stream on Amazon. I have
We do.
listen as on-air talent for Amazon. I feel as though I have as much of a right to just walk right into his office and have an audience with him.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos, I don't care that you've got space travel
But you're
planned for
going
today.
to Jupiter?
I don't care that you just bought Jupiter and are putting high rises on it. I don't care. Jeffrey, look at me. Listen to me. I don't care. What, you okay?
No.
Could you not cough in the
sorry.
middle of my diatribe about Jeff Bezos?
Moved away from the mic. I'm sorry.
Jeff Bezos, could you send someone out to silence these lawnmowers in my
With
neighborhood?
a satellite, please.
Could you strike them down? Not permanently, momentarily. I know you.
Stun gun satellites.
Could you activate the freeze ray from space, Jeff Bezos? Could you just until we're done recording?
Please.
I don't want to clutter up your airways with a bunch of and I want
Clarity.
clarity.
So, Rings of Power. I'm going to say this about it. We've watched 2. We're a big Lord of the Rings family. I'll tell you guys about this at one point, but we did used to have a bearded dragon named Gimli, son of Gloin. So we're pretty big Lord of the Rings people.
Son of Gloin.
That's pretty good. Oh. So,
I don't have a good Gimli in my bag of
oh,
chips.
who does? So anyway, the first couple episodes of this, guys, Peter Jackson.
Do you know who does have a good Gimli? Is Andy Serkis, who did Gollum. And he, for the video game, did like 80 voices. He did like everybody.
Wow.
For the video game. I learned that the other day, and I watched him do
believe
it.
that. He's very talented.
He's very talented.
And so this prompted us. I will say the first couple episodes a little slow because all the characters are new. Some of them, because elves are immortal. So you've got Galadriel, and she's like the focal character. She's like this warrior princess situation. She's great. It's not Cate Blanchett, but everybody else is new. And so it's getting to know the characters. It's been a little bit slow, but it's beautiful, and you're just immersed again in the whole thing. Peter Jackson is not doing it.
They're doing it
They
without
asked
Peter
him
Jackson?
to.
No P-Jack?
He said he would give input on some scripts, but he's not like...
That's nothing. He's not helping. He's not doing anything.
Anyway, we're watching that. Then listening
There's no way that yard is that big. There is no way that yard is big enough that they have needed to take an entire podcast's worth of time.
Yes.
There is no way. I've seen all of the yards up and down this street. There's no way it's that big.
No way.
That's a football field they're mowing right now.
So real quick, I want to tell the people what I'm listening to, and I'm going to say this because the show is coming to Oklahoma City in October, and I'm hoping that my friend Heather and I, who used to be on the Broadway,
5, 6, 7, 8. God, I hope I get it.
jazz, Hadestown. Been listening to the Hadestown original Broadway cast recording.
Cool.
This one won Grammys, Tonys, Best Musical, all the things. And I bring this up because I react to this stunning piece of musical gorgeousness the way that Crindy reacts to Les Mis. Do you remember that when we were children,
Yes.
she would have to pull over,
Crazy.
sobs?
Literally could not drive anymore.
I know.
Because of the plight of Jean Valjean.
Was too much.
Prisoner 24601. She would pull over to the side of the road and heave, sobbing, just waiting. What a police officer pulls up and is like, "Madam, what has happened to you?
Are you all right,
Are
ma'am?
you okay?" Do you remember the time that Mom got on the news when we were all snowed in? And she was standing And the news came up to her. She's holding children. She's disheveled. She's in her snow boots, and it's snowy outside. And the news comes up, and they're like interviewing man on the street style. And they're like, "Hey, what are you doing and to deal with this snow situation?" And she's standing out in front of the
She's
video.
got you on a hip.
Yeah, and she's standing in front of the video store because she's going to the video store, and she says, "Oh, you just got to get out and do something to keep the kids occupied." And then when it aired on the news, the angle they had was not showing the video store. It showed her standing in front of the liquor store.
The liquor store.
And she was just out there looking for something to keep the kids occupied.
You got to get out of the house.
Just a little hooch for these little heathens.
It's so good.
Sometimes you just got to get a baby drunk to shut them up.
Oh my goodness. That is just the classic. Oh, I forgot about that story. She'll be so thrilled that you told it.
Yeah, well, at least I told it from the perspective of she was going to the video store.
Yeah.
She wasn't
Tell the truth.
trying to get us schnockered on a snow day.
Crindy wouldn't ever.
Crindy would never get us schnockered on a snow day.
Crindy would never.
There's a title right there. Crindy would never get us schnockered on a snow day.
It's really good. I don't know if Crindy will approve. Okay, so guys, we've got the most incredible speak pipe message right now. Hold on to your hats,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Hold on to them. All right, producer, let's go ahead and hit play on that speak pipe message, please. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. This is totally an Orbit Big Gum executive. Good morning, Brandon. Just wanted to tell you, thank you for your years of patronage. You solely alone, I've been able to buy several Bitcoin, and it's been great, and I really appreciate it. Listen, guys, long-time listener, first-time caller. Here's the thing, guys. This Dr. Wilgus, this isn't going to work for me. Okay? This isn't going to work for me. This isn't going to work for Orbit. He's giving you free toothbrushes, toothpaste. That's lame. Kids, you listening? That's lame. Orbit is where it's at. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit the review section. We'll get some ink on paper, and we'll get some stuff going, okay? Because this is just ridiculous. You can't. Dentists are fabrications of society, and so yeah, you guys are great. I've waited till this moment because I need competition to crush because I'm a businessman. What? Okay. I gotta go. Jeff says we're boarding the plane to Guam. Ciao, guys.
Ciao. Listen here. Okay, it's all happening.
Okay.
And that was submitted by totally an Orbit executive. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Seems legit.
It had an email.
Yeah, it did.
It had an email address.
It did.
And Dr. Wilkes, I am sorry, but there was some beef. There's gum dentistry beef.
He called you a fabrication of society.
And I think
a dentist.
I think you're a real thing, but I also think that, listen, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to keep you guys updated as this develops because that's big doings.
It's big time.
That's big time.
We're gonna have to talk to Jeff. They're going to Guam.
They're going to Guam. He's being just swept up. A whirlwind trip to Guam with totally an Orbit executive.
Those Orbit guys.
Listen, I have a suspicion who that is. Mm-hmm. But he didn't confirm it. I asked him. Mm-hmm. I said, "Did you do a speak pipe message?" Mm-hmm. And his response was, "Speak pipe? I'm not high enough on the corporate ladder for such a thing." And then he sent me a shrugging emoji. So I can only assume that was from Grady Spencer, the one and only from Grady Spencer and the Work, your new favorite band. Check them out.
Please.
And they're going to be your new favorite band.
Also, local people, buy tickets because they're coming to town.
They are. We're actually... Me and the boys are going to be playing a show with them on the 9th at Beer City Music Hall. So guys, if you want to meet not just Grady Spencer and the Work, also totally an Orbit executive, you're going to want to come out for that because it's going to be rock and roll party, my babies. But for real, that
was amazing.
It's amazing. When I heard that one, I
LOL'd.
I quite literally did because there were surprises.
It was a surprise.
There were surprises. He gave Grace a call and there were surprises and I laughed out loud.
Me too.
So
Amazing. And guys, that was recorded on our SpeakPipe page, which is speakpipe.com/coldhands_warmhearts.
HTTPS.
God, every time. Can't resist.
Listen, I have to make sure that the people know that you can't just start typing in the address bar willy-nilly, ham-fisted, DJ Khaled style.
You
can't just
can.
come on. Can you?
Yes.
HTTPS.
Okay. It's linked in all our bios. This is also a good opportunity to let you guys know that we're on all the socials at CHWH Pod, and we do chip reviews there, guys.
We do. And
send us chips. Send them. We'll eat them.
Doing this podcast is really setting me back carbs-wise because I'm eating chips. I'm eating chips.
I never eat chips.
I don't.
But I love
the
chips.
reason that I don't eat chips, we discussed early in the run of this podcast, is because I have zero impulse control.
Can't stop.
You put a chip in for can't stop, won't stop. You put a sobrito in front of me, and I'm gonna crunchy until I burst out of my pantaloons.
Speaking of, our dear friend Maddie has been living in Mexico. She's bringing us chips from Mexico, guys. We can't wait.
From Mexico? Hecho in Mexico? Listen, guys, here's the thing.
Get ready.
I want all the chips. Keep sending the chips,
Send
and I'll
us
keep
chips.
eating them. Send us chips. Sponsor us, chips. Give us
Sponsor us,
submarine sandwiches and chips and Amazon books and cheese. Give us cheese.
Cured meats.
Clearly, we need more of it because I got shorted on the charcuterie yesterday.
Okay. Orbit Sweet Mint Challenge. Let's go.
Okay, I don't have my computer pulled up, so I'm going to need to borrow yours. Okay, Orbit Sweet Mint Challenge. Review from the teenager. This podcast is the best. Hey, I agree, bud. Yeah, it's me, the teenager. Just the way he said that felt very teenaged. Yeah, it's me. Like he just spray painted a butt on the side of the clubhouse. I'm getting on the neighborhood app. Yeah, it's me, the teenager. Thanks, Mom. Oh, yes. Like, seriously, though, spelled SRSLY. Though, THO. Like, seriously, though? This podcast has so many topics. ... Like the salad bar. Please, man. Gosh, he's going to find out where amphibians live after this one. We do have a lot of topics.
He was the discoverer.
He found frogs. Please make more episodes and interview me for one. Update, since I'm kind of cool and I didn't submit the audio things like my brother. Insert eye roll. He literally typed insert eye roll. Can I have some gum? You get all the gum you want anyways. Jeffrey Engle drowns you in gum.
He gets it from Marriott.
Spoiled. Guys. I wrote a review and a good one too. I'm just too good to not get gum. Like low key, I need gum. Solid. Okay, there's some gum for you.
That's my boy Harrison. Shout out Harrison.
Shout out Harrison. Low key, bussin'. For real, fam. No doubt.
Low key is the one that we're saying a lot these days. Low key and on me. That's another one.
I like when people say on God. That's on God. God did. DJ Khaled. Check him out. His new album came out.
You guys might really like him.
Okay. Crindy.
Crindy, real quick, did a review, not for anything that anyone will watch or go to or eat, but this, guys, we did a mullet and bangs challenge on CHWH Pod Instagram. That's where we're most active. So loud outside right now.
I hate it.
But Crindy reviewed her bangs in a picture of her from high school.
Okay, let's hear it.
Just lightly skimming the eyebrows that have probably been plucked within an inch of their lives. A slight bend and starting way back at the crown. Between shampoos, we would use mini poo. A real thing, to keep the oil sheen down on those beauties. So by day 3, you could bake a cake on your forehead.
Very cool.
There it is.
Cool, Crindy. Bake a
Crindy
cake on
reviews her high school bangs. I love it. Okay, Warm Heart, what's yours?
Well, spending the weekend celebrating Benjamin and his 10th birthday. So hard to pass on that one. Yeah, double digits.
Ugh.
Okay, what's yours?
Mine is, I had a really, just a couple of really sweet moments yesterday, actually at church, where one with an old friend and one with a new friend, moments when people realize that their innate gifts and abilities are really special and can be used for amazing things in the world. That really warmed my heart.
Just trying to one up my son's birthday. Anyways, hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Give us a like, give us a follow. Hey, one thing we really need, share with your friends. Spread the word.
Review,
Spread the word.
rate, and
Give it
review.
and sponsor us, Bezos.
Yeah.
All right. God, it's so loud. All right. Bye.
Bye.